Somewhere on Earth, she is Monka, a corporate slave who is incredibly bored with her current life. This planet is Earth, with the addition of the Galactic Hero Agency. This planet has ventured out into space. A monster suddenly appeared in the city. It is destroying everything. This beast is incredibly terrifying, and the people have completely despaired. At some base, a hero squad has been deployed. Among those flying, there is a young man walking, legs apart, who is the top-ranked hero at the moment. Everyone doesn't need to be afraid anymore, because they are the strongest team in the galaxy. Meanwhile, at a monster office, what about it? Even if this world collapses, she is just an office worker. Monka saw the boss and immediately yelled at him. The boss was blasted into Monka's building. And at that moment, a young man appeared to rescue Monka. This is the Zake AI, a power energy source. After that, the young man's Zake AI entered Monka's head. The battle was over, but they couldn't find the young man, Acer, anywhere. Acer helped the girl wake up. It's okay now, your heart just stopped beating for a moment. Actually, that blue thing from earlier is a rare extraterrestrial creature. In short, later if she just feels bored, she will die. Monka is waiting for her death, because her life is already very boring. He will definitely save her because, according to the hero's rules, during a mission if a human from Earth dies severely, he will be banned from using superpowers for life. Monka passed out and woke up covered in blood. He begged her not to be so down, that he could help her fulfill every wish, as long as she lives well. Monka's wish is to have superpowers and become a hero. At that moment, a shout rang out. The criminal captured all the employees and attacked Acer. Acer could evade everything. After all, he is a hero. He redirected his attack towards Monka. Acer used his body to block the bullet. If you had superpowers, you wouldn't have to worry, wouldn't be sad all day. This time, Monka wants to become a hero. His goal is to destroy the android that's hiding here. As long as he hands over the android, he will leave. No need to look, the android is her. Other than going to school, she hardly leaves her seat and never messages in the group chat. And what about her? A young man has claimed to be the android. Don't people realize the sacrifice of our boss, ladies? Ah, you're telling the truth. The young man went crazy and charged at the criminal. He pulled Monka along again. And at that moment, Acer used 100% of his power, landing on the ground before they fell. He was going to hug Monka, but the distance was slightly off. Turns out, eating and playing around is what can make Monka happy. Acer, I'm hungry, I'm bored with this game, top up my membership card for me. Persuade the author of the series for me. If not, I'll die. Acer fulfilled every request before curing her terminal illness from that other planet. You have to take responsibility for me. I have something to do this afternoon. Take care of yourself. Monka called her boss. She wants to quit her job, because from now on she doesn't want to be an ant anymore. Monka accidentally saw a young man very similar to Acer. She came here to quit, and he's working to pay for the building damage from last time. He doesn't have money but says he'll support her for the rest of her life. How can an alien who just came to Earth have money to pay her? She can't quit. We'll work hard together. What do I have to do for you to work? Monka wants to experience the life of a hero. Are you ready? I'll fly over here. From today, what do you feel? That's your poverty, right? That's right. Can you support me here? She got tricked. This isn't a normal hero's workday. Good night. Monka woke up feeling extremely tired, while Acer almost withered. Last night, Monka's disease acted up 13 times. As soon as Monka left, Acer immediately went to the superhero headquarters. He wants to meet the general manager to ask that if, during a mission, a person from Earth dies due to negligence, what would happen? Which scumbag did that? Did anyone see it? Did they take a photo? Which team was leading? He was just assuming. And Acer took a level 5-star mission to earn some money and invited a close friend. The two young men returned covered in injuries. Aliens like them can recover after one sleep. After waking up, Acer took Mon-Ka somewhere. This is a level 5-star mission, a genuine hero's activity. How do you feel? Mon-Ka finds the dangerous life incredibly interesting. That robot turns out to be Acer's friend pretending. Look, they made the front page. Tonight you have a mission. Do you want to join? Of course not. Mon-Ka returned to her normal life. Mon-Ka made a decision. From now on, she will follow her own hobbies. Mon-Ka's personality suddenly changed like this. Acer needs to check her condition. Mon-Ka suddenly woke up again. Hey, can you be quiet for a minute? Someone broke into their house. Acer appeared and took him down immediately. Acer hugged Mon-Ka and ran away. You want to know why I sneaked into your room at night? Because you'll get sick at night. I can only watch over you every day. After returning, Mon-Ka started looking for something. Are you a pervert? Why do you hide that under the bed? Last time, she secretly picked up the android's head, so he has to help her. If you don't come back, who will do my work? Acer had no choice but to break into the android company to find it. But they were discovered. Acer took action directly. Stop right now. He knows your secret. The important personalized chip was taken off by Mon-Ka. Acer has to help him find the chip. Mon-Ka, though unconscious, could hear everything. All day Acer secretly looked for the chip, making Mon-Ka extremely angry. Mon-Ka was promoted to a new department, and this young man is Mon-Ka's new boss, Vu Vuong, and beside him is an insignificant intern. This young man wants to steal her chip. Hello, Boss Vuong. They don't know each other. Don't act anymore, I know everything. The android that can impersonate humans is illegal. I will return the chip, as long as you, Vuong, make an android replacement for me. But what the heck is going on here? Turns out Vuong wants to use the android to meet his father. And during his spare time, he makes tea. That's still not enough. This is your wife. All the houses are under your father's name. You can live where you like. Finally, my son has grown up. I beg you to be careful. The tea in the meantime to complete that work. My human strength can't keep up. I can only modify my body. The father said a lot of things that made Vuong extremely touched. But I am very satisfied with how you have changed. Turns out, both of them are using androids. Witnessing the cold story just now, Mon-Ka's illness relapsed. From that day on, Mon-Ka fell down. Acer accepted a mission with a low level of difficulty, but the reward was extremely high. However, his client was a bit special. He was a god star. God, tell me, if I lose my dream, how should I live? You ask me, who am I supposed to ask? He's from the long life planet to visit Earth. He needs a bodyguard too. He is just a long life maggot. He doesn't have any power. Turns out this is a backward, boring planet. Goodbye, Earth. At that time, a girl appeared and said that enjoying life is the most realistic thing. She's the bodyguard's stealing head. Catch her. The girl just snapped her finger and could blow all the guards away. This girl is extremely powerful. Hey, I'm paying you to be a bodyguard. Go and subdue her. There's a hero here again. Are you not going to let her do as she pleases? The girl immediately attacked Acer. Acer was defeated. Comparing her distance and strength, Mon-Ka can't imagine it. She said once again, she's a thief. Hand over the money. The girl used the power to destroy the safe. The guards tried to resist, but she could block all of it. All the guns were destroyed, and at that moment, Acer got extremely angry. He himself has superpowers. How can she, for her personal desires, hurt innocent people? Hey, big brother, please save me. Something landed on the ground. It was Acer's boss. The girl tried to escape. All her efforts were in vain. I'll take her away. Everyone please clean this place. She didn't expect Acer to know such a terrorist. Mon-Ka's disease acted up again, and she passed out immediately after. When she woke up, Mon-Ka saw Acer hugging her and flying into the sky. Mon-Ka was incredibly touched and kissed him. She couldn't talk because of lack of oxygen. You're flying too high. A dizzy person needs oxygen. Your health is fine. After returning home, the atmosphere became very awkward. Coincidentally, the programs on TV were all about love. She's an insignificant intern named a Mage, temporarily living in her house, but she also has her own purpose. Damn it, this is the taste of love. If you don't hurry up, you'll be late. Monka waited, and it was immediately there. Are you two dating? No, just ignore her. She will ride a public bicycle. So I picked up Monka and took her to work. And a Mage, who was both beautiful and on a beautiful bike, cursed them. What does he mean to me? Which zodiac sign is he? It's time for food. Monka ate spicy food by mistake. After drinking water, Monka realized it wasn't Acer's glass. Is he doing this on purpose? It's nothing. I'm an adult now too. Monka, do you feel better? I feel like you two match quite well. In this situation, of course, the woman has to initiate the attack. Monka needs to think. Early love ends early. I accepted a mission and had to go out. He will cook dinner when he gets back. This mission is to destroy a giant slime monster. Acer's squad was deployed. The monster was destroyed immediately. Acer's mission was simply to protect the people. How can you get into the company with this level? Acer was extremely sad. Meanwhile, Monka ordered a cake. Monka returned home, even though it was just instant noodles. Monka found it strangely delicious. Acer entered the kitchen and came back to see the room dark. There was no power outage. Why is she lighting a candle? Today I bought a cake. Look. He had something to say to her. Monka was very nervous. He will move house. The stuff is already packed. If you have any problems later, call me. At that time, an old man from another planet suddenly appeared and began preaching. Monka couldn't hold back and cursed at the old man. After that, Monka called a Mage. A Mage was very relieved after hearing this. If this trip is successful, he will withdraw the complaint. But why is Monka here? You can understand. But why are they following? People on Earth have no power. It's very dangerous on this planet. They are short-lived people. Their lifespan is only 3 months. The old man wanted to ask them what the meaning of life is. It's love. They spend a month growing up, 2 months looking for a lover, then die. Monka angrily left. The old man began explaining that the pollen here can stimulate people's emotions, thereby causing people to fall into illusions and face dangers that threaten their lives. Oh no, Monka inhaled the pollen. All the creatures on the planet went to Monka and took her as their wife. This is Monka's illusion, but she seems to be enjoying it. Monka attracted the men of more than half of this planet, leading to the fact that the women here could not find a lover. He has to save Monka. Acer entered the illusion, but Monka had no intention of leaving. She is very sober right now. Acer used force to pull Monka away. If you stay here, your lifespan is only 2 months. Monka still resolutely refused. At that moment, Acer realized that the guys in the illusion were all in his shape. To save Monka, he could only become the most outstanding one. Turns out it was all Monka's plan. Acer, you need to seduce Monka. Think about what she likes to eat the most. Acer used 100% of his brain. The thing Monka likes most is instant noodles. Don't affect her mood. Chase him away. A battle broke out. They have to seize the time and not let Monka sink any deeper. Acer, you can't win. She's obviously not happy right now. Use your defeat to soothe Monka's mood. Make her feel sorry for you. Repent. But the result was completely the opposite. Maybe you should sacrifice something. But Monka ran to another place. Such a big diamond. They failed. At that moment, Acer took Monka's hand and apologized. That night, he knew what she wanted to say, but he was afraid. He carried the power of the planet Sile to Earth, but he failed miserably. He was afraid he couldn't protect Monka. The illusion disappeared. Monka expressed her feelings. Finally, you found the answer. The meaning of life is breeding. Acer was about to say something to Mon-Ka when a fireball landed on the ground. It turned out to be a girl. Acer, Kaka, I've finally met you. You pervert, get away from Acer. It's a misunderstanding, she is my neighbor. She already prepared things for Acer. They still have things to do. A teleportation gate opened. Acer quickly explained, he will disappear in a short period of time. Mon-Ka was extremely angry. At the edge of the Milky Way, there is a planet filled with lava and lightning, and a race of people live there. After going through the challenges, the 4 most elite people of the Civile planet appeared. They set foot on Earth and established the Galactic Hero Organization. Turns out one of those 4 was Acer's brother. After learning about Acer's identity, the 2 young men who were top on the ranking immediately changed their attitude. Sorry, Acer. Based on the work completed, points are divided into 3 levels. Lower-level employees will be immediately sent back to their home planet and will not be allowed to work anymore. Somewhere, the old man forgot that he did not withdraw Acer's complaint. Acer's points went up enough to stay on Earth. For mid-level employees, the company will send them to the Heng-Thai planet. Those who pass the hero certification exam can return to the company. Hong Hong protested and insisted on going with Acer. Mon-Ka found Acer's best friend, Gri, to explain everything. She will go find Acer. The Heng-Thai planet cannot be entered from the outside or exited from the inside, and at the same time, all communication devices must be submitted. What? That pink-haired girl is going too? I heard the 2 of them are childhood friends. Completing the mission, you received a complaint by the boss, accepting her as a hero. Earth girls really don't deserve a. The examiner began to explain that the exam has 3 parts. The first part is a written test. The second part is a test on the field. And the third part is real combat. Time passed. Acer went through difficult training days. Mon-Ka's illness relapsed. In order to adapt to harsh environments, from birth, every civile person must go through harsh training until they awaken their superpowers. Superpowers are also divided into levels. A weak girl like her has no right to become a hero. Thanks to Acer's protection, she was able to overcome it. 2 years later, she finally awakened her superpower. She will definitely wait for him to awaken after that. Acer came to Earth to work. She was sure Acer awakened an extremely powerful ability. And so, Acer was bedridden for 2 months. For the sake of your brother, I will give you one last chance. That year, at the Hero Selection Convention, he was lucky enough to shake hands with his brother. At that time, his power was considered useless. At that time, his brother said that a superhero is made up of 90% sweat and 10% superpowers. In front of you is a poisonous cave. Do you know the shortcut path is a trap? Acer is an honest person who will never take shortcuts. The head of the younger brother of the love god. Obviously that Mon-Ka girl has spoiled him. The mortality rate inside that path is 93%. They should prepare his funeral. Hong Hong ran in search of Acer, but she couldn't get close. Unexpectedly, Acer was able to overcome the shortcut, completing the test. Rumors about Acer spread everywhere. Could it be that he was pretending to be dumb? Right after returning to Earth, Acer looked for Mon-Ka, but no one answered. Her phone couldn't be reached. They accepted a 3-star mission, with a completion time of 3 months. A Mac heard the news that Mon-Ka was hospitalized and rushed there, but the result was completely different. Now I feel extremely good. Who needs to take Mon-Ka's blood to check their health? The needle bent. Could she have awakened her superpower? From now on you have to take responsibility for saving the world. After many tests, a Mac still couldn't confirm what Mon-Ka's ability was. Compared to them, her ability is still too ordinary. It's been 100 days since she last saw Acer. Mon-Ka's tears accidentally activated her superpower, destroying a building. Mon-Ka's ability is related to emotions. Mon-Ka has learned how to control her ability. Now she can control her superpower. They will consider leaving their jobs and working as heroes to protect the Earth. Acer was on his way to carry out a mission when he accidentally saw Monka. Monka thought he was a friendly foreigner. Acer jumped on the train. Don't forget that their mission is to investigate independent heroes. There's no way an Earth girl is a hero. A shock occurred. A girl jumped out of the water. Monka could recognize that she was the thief from last time. They were commissioned to come here to arrest the fish thief. Monka used her ability, making the girl extremely angry. That is my father's entire fortune. Acer jumped forward to balance the train. She lifted the entire train into the air and everyone was flying everywhere. Young man Acer showed his affection for Monka, and Hong Hong protected everyone. You will handle her. This guy is already weak and is still showing off. What a waste of life. Hong Hong used her ability to create a cocoon. Hong Hong created a barrier to stand on the water. Hong Hong launched a coordinated attack with Acer. She used an ability to shoot out yellow arrows. Acer was captured. At that moment, a certain ability was breaking her arm. Turns out it was Monka. Monka raised her phone to threaten her. Monka activated multiple attacks, making the thief flee. That was Monka's ability. Acer, I don't need you to protect me anymore. I also want to stand at the top to see the world. Acer was extremely angry again. Her power was not from nature, but because the soul desire entered her body. Soul desires can cause death, but can stimulate the power of people of Sile. He lost his power because Monka stole his soul desire. A Mac discovered a situation. It's over, the four of them must keep this a secret. But Monka doesn't want to. If this continues, the two will soon turn into ex-lovers. They drugged and threw the two of them into the sea. They will take Monka away. Turns out a Mac was conducting research on soul desires. If her research on her succeeds, the age of superheroes will end. For the past few days I've been observing them. Monka is very relaxed, like nothing has happened. Reading books, watching TV, and playing games. He finally couldn't take it anymore. He controlled a Mac and was rapidly advancing. The experiment he found was the drug that stimulates Monka's strength that has gotten out of control. Acer heard the shock and rushed there immediately. But the person who appeared was not Acer, it was the hero Civ. Please save us, this is a free sea. There are no onlookers and no signal. No matter what happens, there will be no evidence. Hong Hong and appeared in time. You don't need superpowers, you will accept every punishment. You have no right to bargain in this matter. Without superpowers, just relying on a normal body can block some of my attacks. Acer has reached his limit too. Monka angrily attacked. At that time, a Mac appeared and started explaining about soul desires. In short, soul desires are a major scientific discovery. I will show you that science can stimulate human potential. Her drug was working. Monka started changing. Why does this world only rely on power to decide? Monka could block every attack from Durui. Durui's speed can be compared to the speed of light. Monka could catch up to it. Monka, I think you should save your energy to run. No, you haven't reached her attack power yet. Monka immediately fainted after that. You can all disappear now. Acer had to control Monka's power and deflect it. His power is not just relying on superpowers. Once he gets truly angry, we cannot imagine it. But Acer had an idea. Didn't she say that thing would die? In short, according to her calculations, they just need to Y continuously to solve the problem. Is this reliable? How would she know? It's also her first time. At that moment, the criminal girl appeared. Attack, and then they all got teleported to a room. Sania, do you know that you're a wanted criminal? How can you still work at the company? There are so many colleagues here. Acer's group was teleported. There was a planetary ring. That dark-skinned young man is the younger brother of the god of love. The thing from before was a misunderstanding. Everyone go back first. Sania will talk to Durui. Before they left, everyone had to pay the rescue cost. After that, Mon-ka went back to her normal life, both working in the office and saving the world. The God of Love was the person who founded the Hero Association. If the God of Love is the founder and Acer is his brother, does that mean Acer is very rich? But he donated all of his shares to the Civile Hometown Association. Turns out she only coveted his money. Is Mon-ka here? No. The days of being a hero were quite good at first, but it wasn't as fun as she thought. Now, she just wants to escape. At that time, Sign suddenly appeared and told the story of Durui. Iron used the space gate to lock up Durui. I'm sorry, boss, she forced me. As a result, she was kicked out of Iron's house. A friend gave Mon-ka a picture. Is this familiar? It's a little familiar, but who is it? Sita is one of the first 4 heroes who saved the world many times. Star was attacked by someone. The story happened many years ago. Star and the God of Love saved the world. A monster was still alive and attacked Star. Star sacrificed herself to protect Earth. Since then, the God of Love has gone into hiding. She suspected that Star had faked her death. When that happened, Sania returned with wounds all over her body. You're Star, right? Asa returned and found that the atmosphere was not right. The Hero Association knew about their research and started taking action. After that great battle, you were still alive, but you had lost all your memory. The only thought in your mind was to find the God of Love. Because your wounds were too severe, the high-level leaders decided to announce that you had sacrificed yourself. Since then, she had a disease similar to Mon-ka's. She became a thief to stimulate soul desires and prolong the disease. Sanina has a clue. When she woke up, she was in a place called the Civil Hometown Association, the place where the God of Love had donated all of his money. Acer and Sanina broke into the Hometown Association together. But how is this a break-in? Sanina knocked out everyone she met. The Hometown Association vice president finally came out. Sanina could recognize her, a student intern. A battle broke out. Sanina won over the vice president. Meanwhile, Acer had to run for his life. Hello, AniCuns, it was just a misunderstanding. You're the younger brother of the God of Love. 36 strategies. Running away is the best. Acer was discovered. Acer defeated 2 people, but he was hit by ice magic. At that moment, A remembered his difficult training days. Don't give up. You have to believe that diligence makes up for intelligence. With training, you can overcome talent later on. The outside will be noisy again. Acer, you came to see her specially. How dare you people bully Acer? Before he could explain, Acer pulled Hong Hong away. I need to talk to AniCuns in private. I need your help. Hong Hong was buffed 100% of her power and activated the celestial net. After fighting for a while, Asa realized it wasn't AniCuns, but an android. There were a total of 4 androids. After defeating all the remaining people, they suddenly got sick. They couldn't control their soul desires. A soul desire separated from his body. Because of his worry for Acer, Mon-ka also broke into the building and witnessed everything. The vice president appeared and manipulated the memories of each person. Sanina, Acer, no one could hear Mon-ka's call. Mon-ka was discovered and controlled. Who are you anyway? And as they were about to break the door, Mon-ka activated her power. Acer, this time, it's my turn to protect you. Everyone was defeated in a moment. Special Hero Kai Ka from the universe is here to investigate the Hometown Association. Mon-ka found Acer, but Acer had already lost his mind. Power is the only truth. Only the strong can survive. Acer is the only person who can't awaken his superpower. You're too weak. If this continues, you can't protect anyone. Acer tried to swallow the soul desire. The soul desire rejected Acer. The vice president's group appeared and attacked Acer. Mon-ka threw out the soul desire to distract them so they can escape. Acer was captured again. The vice president activated her power on Acer, but it had no effect on Acer. Acer knocked out 2 people and escaped. Clearly, she used all of her strength just now. Meanwhile, Durui appeared and attacked Sanina. Sanina also remembered a part of her memory. While the two were arguing, something suddenly fell on the ground. Turns out it was the young man Acer and his girlfriend. Today, no one can stop me. Mon-ka will help her, but take this opportunity to defeat him. But what's happening? I can't. He is my ex-boyfriend. Acer and Mon-ka escaped. Let's go. Don't wait for Selena. No need. She knows B. Who told you all this, B? Let's go hide. What information have you gathered? Durui is Sanina's ex-lover. You made a mess for the whole day, just to find out that information. Why has the entire Hero Association been mobilized? The four of them had become wanted criminals. Asa received a phone call from Durui. They would meet in the same place. I will never listen to you. As a result, Selena still went to meet Durui. You can't hide for long. If you're willing to help me, I can consider getting back with you. I have a question. How did you escape from Iron? It hurts, boss. Why are you listening to her? She just yells at you. Why don't you just yell at her cat? So Durui used his power to capture Iron's cat and then threatened her. Meanwhile, Acer and Mon-ka were camping opposite the Hometown Association headquarters. This part ends here. Finally, if you like my video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to the channel.